kingdom from the concrete. Overpower, Prodigy. Yeah, the crown is what I came for. Overpower, Prodigy.
What's up? What's up? Round 5, Ohio Regional. Is that Time Traveler? Is that a Time Traveler I see? Yes, it is. Grids, where we're going, we don't need no stinking grid synergy. My boy Joe Peters, local from Seattle. A beast, a warrior. is running Asclepion with some weird grid madness. He has Moriarty, Mummy, the Time Traveler, and Morgan in the back. Some negates, lots of heals, some weird stuff. And then we all just saw Rob's deck, Ladies and the Raw. So Rob took it down last time. We're going to see what happens this time. God, I'm excited to see Joe's deck. He went back and forth a lot on what he's going to bring. And he didn't want to bring Joan or Witch because they're just not exciting after this long in the format. So much of them. So we'll see who goes first here. Two 3-and-1s. This is pretty clutch to see somebody's top 8 maybe at risk here. Looks like Rob's going first. Throws down an ally on Witch. Moriarty -10 to venture. Morgan 3 and a fairy. Mummy 7. And a Time Traveler avoid 1 attack. So now I think Time Traveler's going to get left alone for the rest of the game, which actually bodes well for his weird heal. He has like a Watson and Raw heal, but he can't heal himself, which is kind of whack. It should be able to heal himself. 8-ball corner pocket on Moriarty. And there's a shiny shoes on Rob's side. 6 energy on Morgan. Morgana. Time Traveler 6, which is an 8 if chucked at Morgan or Witch. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's not the 6/8. That's the opponent. All frontliners must discard a placed card. Gross. It is of the opponent's choice, but still a 3-for-1. It's a little mini Reaper. A 4 multi on the Mummy. That's food for a negate. It's also a nice little defensive pickup. 8 on the Witch. Both players drawing some bombs. Rob bets 2. 1 in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Joe's got 2 in hand. Deliberating. As Asclepion, he kind of wants to take a hit or two and then rabbit or win their hand. Only bids 1. Very conservative. Rob opens it up. Is he going to show that card in his hand? He is threatening a Spectrum. He has 2 intellect, 2 energy, 1 combat, and then a fairy showing. So he's got to be feeling pretty good, but he might just blow through a whole lot of cards. And the fairy will not protect against the Time Traveler card. I don't know the name of it. Does any of you guys know the name of it? Without looking it up? Put it in the comments. Nobody freaking knows. Nobody plays Time Traveler. What are you doing, Joe? He's a wizard. There's a reason they call him the inventor. And he does, in fact, rabbit. He had Hades and a Mummy 5 heal permanent record hit. And Rob had I think that's a 5 as a block. Interesting. I don't know if I love that because now Rob has a decent chance in his remaining 40-something cards to draw either a Morgan Negate or a Merlin to stop that Time Traveler card. And you can stop the KO, stop the Spectrum as long as you stop the Morgan 3. So I don't know if I love that concede, but we'll see. It's easy to judge from my ivory tower up here. Got a teamwork and a aspect placed. There's a little 1 combat on Time Traveler. That's adorable. Probably not a lot of combat in Joe's deck, though, so more speed on Rob's side. Yet another ally. Bringing 2 Brute Force in to complete 4 colors of the rainbow. It's going to be a bummer if Joe has a heal, a perm record heal, because he can't place it anymore. Rob bets 1, not feeling super confident. He does have speed and the initiative. Joe goes 1. They're like, let's fight. Going straight for the Professor. 3, blocked by a 3. Here's that only combat card he has showing. Nope, she can't follow her own ally. The Shiny Shoes? Discards the -10 to venture. Interesting. I don't know if I would have picked that over the 8, as the 8 is scarier. -10 to venture is just like, it's just venture. Oh, there's the Time Traveler bomb. Does he have a negate? No, he does not. Goodbye, ally. Goodbye, 3. Goodbye, Morgan 3. Then he realizes he has a dupe. Dupe 6, rip. Still don't know if he has 2 or 3 copies of the Morgan 3, so 3 cards gone, and his only combat and 2 of his intellects. Brutal. Rob shaking his head. What is up with that Time Traveler mini nuclear bomb? Well, mini Reaper. Seems rude. Why don't more people play that guy? He's pretty good. Subjugate the Meek. A 4. A 4 making a dish. See, if you pick the 8, then Moriarty's more at risk of getting fried here. Blocks with a 7. So Joe has taken a hit, so now he has something to heal later. Fires his aspect, 2 multi at the Witch. Still has the Fairy and the 8, so... Ooh, 4 make an additional... His own Subjugate the Meek. I don't think Wicked Witch is very meek. Slap that Fairy down. Just be like, nah, you're done. You're done attacking her. She has a 2 multi. We're good there. Thank you. Oh! The Grim Reaper. Disgusting. Joe only bet 1. He's a tricksy fella. He is tricksy. Goodbye, energy. Goodbye, 14 venture. 6 and the 8 gone. Like I said last game, I mean, I guess if he had the 2 multi on round table as the aspect, he would have lost that too, so. Another advantage of playing the 4 is it offsuit 4 as it fades the Reaper usually. And he runs. Looks like a shift and something else. I didn't see what it was. Maybe a scry 5 or something. Bet you Joe's gonna dupe on that 8 now. We'll see. Monster placing advantage switch. Joe has 5 to Rob's 2. So he's up 3 cards before duplicates. There's that Morgan negate. There's Harness the Wind. There's a Merlin negate. There's EFL. Good lord. Ally on the Time Traveler. He can barely use Mr. Alan Quatermain as he is at a 5 energy exactly. Eye of Sekhmet, Schemet. Eye of Ski Mask. Delete all copies of a card. Teamwork on the Mumster. His own Grim Reaper, but not as scary when you're looking across at a Morgan negate and a Merlin. 7 energy on Morgan. Both players drew some gas. Again, Joe's up 3 cards, though, and he's counting it right now. I mean, I guess 2.5 cards. Avoid 1 attack on Time Traveler isn't a venture card unless he has a shift, and EFL isn't a venture card. And then Raw card isn't anything if he doesn't have the Morgan 3 to chain it. So, kind of a fluid count here. Joe betting 3. My God. Rob draws an 8 off the top. That's a pretty good one to draw. Seems good. Now Joe will open us up. Pop a heal on Mr. Moriarty maybe. A little math genius action. Betting 3 into Harness is definitely a big ball energy. He's like, are you going to bid? Rob's like, oh yeah, my bad. I'll bid 1. But let's do this, bro. Let's do this. I'm interested in battling. He said, yeah, I'm staying in. Comes a 3 ally at the witch. Make him spend that Harness. You can go with 2 negates, so you do have the luxury of popping 1 off. Although you really want to, got to save 1 for Reaper and ideally EFL also. Put Rob to tough decisions right out the gate. Yep, he's just going to play it early, and I kind of like this. Because Joe's invested. Don't tuck it, you silly goose. Joe's like, what are you doing? No tucking. That's a hit from current battle. Scry 5. Look at the top 5. And choose one you like and keep it. You gotta show him. I want to see some mathematical geniuses going on. Pulls a 5. That's nice. Thin that deck out. You won't dupe on your other 5 when it comes up later. Nice little defensive card. Can't block anything showing other than that offsuit 4, but it is what it is. Rob's going to try and counterpunish. He throws a 6, and he does not play EFL to make it an 8. Ideally, he's going to get that EFL out defensively so that it takes Joe a whole turn to negate it off. Wise play from my co-host. But Joe has the stop a teamwork to stop it anyways. But it's less punishing than stop a teamwork and negating EFL. Surely it's going to be negated if he has the option. Throw a 6 ball. He blocks it. This is something I think a lot of people don't factor in with Harness, as they just like to soak all the hits and shimmy them around. But you still want to be blocking them if possible. He takes the 1 on Joan. Because you don't want to get in a situation where you play harness, you have all these cards in your hand, you let all these hits hit, and then your opponent runs, and your guys are all painted up, and your card advantage was for nothing because you have a fistful of cards you have to throw away. Ooh, interesting. He throws the 4 at Moriarty. Same color. It'd be 8 damage, 1 color. Joe's like, do I care? I don't think I care. It makes it a little bit awkward for heals later, but it's really no biggie. And a 7, the same color. 15 damage, 1 color. No Cthulhu you got to worry about for the instant KO, but he would be within 5 of death, and yeah, Phil can make weird stuff happen. Yeah, I like that block. 8 for a 7, seems good. Mummy, offensive negate to heal, subjugate the meek, draw, and then Mummy makes an attack. It is a keeper. Mummy will throw a 4 multi. Nice and annoying AF to deal with. You don't want to let those multis hit. But does Rob want to spend his 8 to block a 4? Seems bad. Spends a Freya. Wow. Those multis are so dangerous to take, though. Oof. Another 8. And the Heimdall. Joe flips. I don't know if he revealed it. He's supposed to reveal it. It's a face-up reveal. Throws a 5. Maybe he revealed it really quick and Rob saw it, just the camera didn't. Which will take the 5. 8, another 8. Good God. And Mummy says teammate avoid a power card and draw. Gross. So many card advantage. Joe winning venture 9-4, and I think Rob is open-handed with a fairly useless Reaper and EFL sitting there against the 2 negates, kind of in a standoff. Joe's going to get one more attack before the concession. He's debating what to throw. Preferably save that Mummy 7 if possible. He wants to throw something from his hand. Yep, 6. Just throw a 6. Probably stack it on Joan. Maybe Morgan. Unfortunately, he didn't have like an intellect card to attack with. That would have been nice. Rob surveying the battlefield. Do you want to throw the Reaper and eat a negate so you can only have to deal with 1 later? Interesting that he passed. He's already losing venture. And Joe's going to probably take his crappiest card because he's already ahead in venture. And then put Math Genius on top so that he can guarantee get it next hand. Little cycle action going on. And there's the concede. And he got another Math Genius so that he won't dupe on it. Nice. Love that. Good play. So Joe's sitting pretty good here. Rob was able to whittle down a lot of that placing advantage. So it's the 2 negates and a Mummy 7 and an avoid against EFL, Reaper, Eye of Sekhmet. So Joe's up a little bit, but not a huge amount. Ooh, duped on the Joan 4. That's rough. Ally onto Time Traveler. Teamwork onto Morgana. Math Genius. Merlin negate. That's nice on Rob's side. He can stop that Math Genius now. Another teamwork. Hope he has food for him. There's one. I think Joe said he's done. I think that was a double placement. So there's a 6. There's a 2. He's got 1 left. Oh, my Atlanta. Joe, there's your moment, bro. Go 4 for the win. He's counting. Nine to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus whatever he has in hand. 4 or 5. Do you bid 4 for the win here? I'd be tempted. Rob looks like he's trying to place out and take that advantage to the next hand. Draw some more premier defense. That Merlin is really nice, though, for Rob. Can stop the Math Genius or stop the Mummy 7 or whatever. And Joe's already fought through Harness, so he doesn't have to deal with it again unless it gets Gemini'd. I think Gemini is gone. Goes for a conservative 2. He's going to keep the advantage, but I think Rob's just going to snap run here. He's debating. I think he's going to run. Try and fight next hand. Yep. Bids 1 from the middle, runs away. John 4. Oh, the Freya. A negate, a full heal. Moriarty 3, fetch match genius, and then an 8 from Time Traveler. Yeah, I think Joe should have gone 4 for the win there. I think he had the gas. Rob making a tiny little baby blunder there. He should have bid 1 from the top, not the middle. Because you can't bid the missions from the bottom. You always want to give yourself the option to bid high. If you draw serious heat. So his missions would be, 1, 3, 2 instead of 2, 2, 3. Or, yeah. 1, 3, 3. I don't know. You get what I'm saying. Seven on Moriarty. 7 on the Witch. Still have this standoff going. I think Rob's up a couple cards now, though. Can Joe burst down Morgan before the Merlin can be played? 2 for the win. Here we go. Strap into your seats, folks. It's go time. I don't quite know what the decision point is here. I think maybe he's just calculating. I think there's no reason to bid any more or any less than 2. He's already seen his Hades. He doesn't want to give Joe cards when he's bidding for the win. You don't want to bid 1, so I think your decision is 2 from the top. Yep. It's always good to what? What? Oh, my Atlanta. He bids 3 into Joe bidding for the win. What is this? The stones on this guy. Breaking fundamental rules because he just like, I got this. I do not need to follow the rules. 3 ally coming from, looks like Time Traveler. Blocks with a 3, seems fair. A 5 from Moriarty, may play an additional special. Ooh, and he locks out the blue. That 7 on Moriarty is stuck there until next battle, unless that's negated off. Love that. Math genius. Will it pull the Merlin? Will he pull the Merlin? Deliberation. Does in fact get the Merlin. And that's the second one, so I think Joe's done with the cycle shenanigans. Counterattack. You've already seen the, what's it called? Not confusion. Disorient opponent that Joe played. So this 4 is going to have to be dealt with the old-fashioned way. Blocks with a 4. Seems good. Joe making good use out of those intellect cards because they cannot be used to attack while St. Michael is out there. First follow-up is a deuce. It's either +1 or +0. Not sure what level the teamwork is. Probably the 8 to use teamwork, which gives a +1/+2. For the kill on Mr. Moriarty. I think that's a 6 coming across as an 8. Ooh, he plays Napoleon of Crime. Love that. So for remainder of battle, Moriarty can block any attack on the team with an intellect power card. So he has one more straight avoid just showing. Love that. Still going for Witch, trying to get her down. I don't know, I think I'd switch to Morgan at this point because you haven't seen Duality or the Negate yet. Or the full heal if Rob runs it. And you've already seen Harness and whatever. EFL defensively. Rob finally pops it out to block the Snevin with a 5/+2. Another teamwork. Just thinking about it. There's the Duality in hand. But there's 2 negates sitting across. Still. Going with the 1 eye as a 9, which I like because that really puts pressure on Joe to spend one of those 2 negates. But against the Mummy is interesting. I don't know why he wouldn't throw that as a kill shot against Moriarty and make him spend the 7 with Napoleon to take it. Rob's up to something tricky here. He's got to have an answer for the Mummy 7, because otherwise that will just cleanse it right off. Time Traveler. You play it, and then for remainder of game, you can like discard an intelligence power card and add 10 to venture or something like that. Some sort of weird shenanigans. Oh, he does have the Morgan 3, so the Eye of Sekhmet is coming. I kind of like spending a negate on this because then you jam up the follow-up. He can't play the Eye. It's future Joe's problem. Just kick the can down the road, bro. He's deliberating. 3 is also coming across as a 5 because of that pesky EFL. The Eiffel, early feminist leader. Rob got 2 in hand. Oh, wow. He decides to take it. Hold the line. Hold the negates. The follow-up will be... It's got to be the eye, right? Or is he going to let Witch go and bring up the eye on its own? Yeah, he's got to throw it. The Mummy 7. Is that going to draw a negate or the last avoid? I think 3 in hand for Rob. Yeah, 3 in hand still to Joe's 1. It's 3 to 5 on Venture. Not a lot of hits have landed. He spends the 7 to heal. I think he's just letting Moriarty go. He's putting so much value in those negates. His 7 and 8 power cards, the blue ones, are only going to be defense only for Time Traveler after this, and they were going to lose their potency. And that 6 energy on Witch is a kill shot on the Mumster. Rob's got 3 cards left. What are they? Is it time to run? Throw the Snevin at Joan. Try and get a heal. Joe really needs this to land. It does. Heals the Snevin. Whew. That buys him some time. That was clutch. He's a risky fella. But is the 1-2 punch coming right back? Ooh, I think Rob has a 4 multi. And he spent that 7 instead of one of the negates, so he can't stop this string, I don't think. It's going to be a 1-2 for the kill. Oh, he goes for Moriarty. So even if he can block one of them, he can't block the second one. Dirty. Teamworks are good, guys. Joe's deliberating. Down. Moriarty goes. Ooh, that's rough. Big win for Rob. And then another hit with an energy icon. On to the Mumster. He takes it. Now Witch is threatening a KO with that 6, and he's got 2 cards left. All of a sudden, those negates aren't as good. Oh, wow. He sacrifices a 3 multi so he can get that 10 venture whenever he wants. He's going to let the Mumster die too? What is happening? Joe, my boy, what are you doing? So confused. Now he spends a negate to negate off the 3. Or he's saying I should have done that. Oh, they're asking a judge, can you negate off a special after the hero's dead? And the answer is yes. Yes, you can. Because if Joe passes, it's over. He's really trying to win Venture here. Duality. He's going to negate it. What is the last card? Oh, he's got to select the Slain. Joe says, damn it. So we are at 10 Venture, 20 Venture to Rob, 6, 10, 16. He needs a 5 or better. Does he have a 5 or better to survive? I think he has it. He can get the Morgan negate to heal a 7. Or he can get the Witch 8. He goes for the Morgan negate. Damn. What a crazy hand. Rob fought tooth and nail for that one, and he somehow managed, and he KO'd 2 of Joe's guys. I think he was just a little bit too shy on those negates, because if he negated the Morgan 3 initially, Mummy survives, and he jams up the Eye of Sekhmet in the back. Like, both are gone, and now the Reaper is live. That's just freaking crazy. What a turnaround. Joe had it in the bag, and now it's swinging back the other way. The pendulum. Rob's at 331. Joe's at 502. Both players could bid for the win. Cost Joe 4, cost Rob 5. The shards of the staff. Any hero heal, but his guys have no damage. That is very unfortunate. Man, what a game. 8 multi, 8 on Time Traveler to defend himself with. A 6 teamwork, 7 to use on Morgan. So 1 combat on Joan. 8 energy on Witch. Gotta be getting close to power pack here. Joe's got 3 left. 3, 4, 5, 6. Just can't really count the heal this hand. And he's facing down a Reaper. I don't know. I think Rob's got this, guys. I think he has flipped it around from in such a hole to now such a commanding lead. Like, when your back's up against a corner like that and you manage to fight your way through it, whole team is still alive. Up cards. He's going 5 for the win. Not 5 for the win. He just bids 3. Gives Joe a card. I like that. There's no rush unless last hand just got called. Joe bids 1. 3 to Morgan. Now, Morgan's there for her 2 banger specials, not really her grid, so Joe's going to have a hard time defending her, I think. The Grim Reaper. What's he going to call? Called something, and he discarded 1 of it. Not so crushing, I suppose. Rob says, all right, fine, it's your turn. My Reaper got 1 card. Lame sauce. It's like, that's not really fair. When you played Reaper, I'd discard like 3 cards. Or 2. I think it was a 6 and an 8 energy. He's got his own disorient opponent to shut down the teamwork. 8-ball, corner pocket. Joe's in a bad way right now. Facing down EFL, a full team. He takes it, and then Time Traveler. Medic! Heal the 6. Love that. That avoid being placed on him has just left him alone the whole game, and I love that. Takes an 8 on Morgan. Seven, blocks with a 7. 1 at the Time Traveler. Sure, take that. You don't want to block it and give it to him back in circulation. Waste an 8 or that avoid just for him to redraw it again. Oh, there's Corey in the background. Hey, Corey. Hey. He's having a great tourney, it sounds like. I think he's like 5-0 at this point. My guy. He's chilling on the couch. He's like, yeah, I told you all, Merlin's awesome. Smashing literally everybody. Never forgetting that inherent's pretty clutch. Okay, 2 brute force power card coming across at the Jonath. Debating. And I don't know what happened. I think that was a pass. Oh, yeah, the Hades left. So, yeah, it was a pass. So, Rob wins. Now, all of a sudden, he's a bid 2 for the win. And Joe would have to bid 5 for the win. But Joe has most of a hand left. Can he pop off a heal? That's another good reason to take the 1, is you can do the heal, the draw, and the attack with good old Time Traveler there. But I think Rob's got this in the bag. A lot of power cards for Rob. A couple of dupes. Duplicates. Can't wait to play with the new Skybound cards. Duplicate's going to be awesome! Rob's like, do I have enough with this EFL? He bids 1, doesn't go 2 for the win. Not feeling super confident. Joe might have some specials left, so Joe only goes 2, not 3 or 5 for the win or something crazy. Rob is on the play. Can he finish him? A 6. It's an 8 if it's coming from Joan. Not sure who Truitt blocks with the 8. First follow-up is a 5. Either combat or intellect. Down goes Morgan. Rip. Third follow-up. I don't know why Rob didn't go 2 for the win here. We shall see. Joe literally can't attack with 7s and 8s. So 4 coming across as a 7. Plus 2 from EFL, plus 1 from... Yep, he blocks with a 7. Pop the heal. What else does Joe have left? I'm like happy at whoever wins, and I'm also sad at whoever wins, you know, because like one of my boys is going to be defeated. Probably Joe. I want to see Time Traveler be successful. A 3. He lets Joan die and throws a Snevin right back at Time Traveler. Does he spend that avoid that's been on there since hand 1? He does not. He takes it. Heal. Healed Uno. Take that back into circulation. Draw. It's got to be a keeper. He needs a keeper. It is. And the bonus attack is a 4 multi. Oof, gross. That'll KO the witch. Blocks with a 6. And the 8. Oh, he drew an 8. How clutch. How clutch. With his Clepion, he drew an 8 off the top. Oh my god. Did he lose Venture though? Does Joe still have cards left? Joe still has cards left. A 6 for the kill. Oh my god, he took Witch out. Let's go. We got a game. And he gets his 2 back. Relevant. Okay, we're at 9 Venture to 10 Venture. And I think Rob has one card to Joe's one card. He concedes. Wow. 5 multi. I couldn't see what. Or no, Rob had no cards left. That was his dead witch flipped over. Sweet Christmas. We got a match. Now we got Shards of the Staff and EFL against a lonely time traveler who can't attack with 7s and 8s. So still think we're in the same position, but you know, anything can happen. Dupe 8. Dupe unusable. I think that's unusable. 7 maybe. Dupe 6. Rob should try not drawing so many dupes. Oh my god. Another one. He's down to 4 cards. Maybe this is Joe's window to push for the win somehow. Let's see him, Joe. Discard. You do not understand. This is so sick. Both 5 missions in the top, 1 in the middle, 1 in the bottom. A 3 bid and a victory takes it. I think Joe only threw away 1 card. Is it really 7 to 3? Actually, or 7 to 4? 8 to 4 if you count the time traveler avoid, because he can't play around it anymore. It's been there the whole freaking game. He's going to get to spend it on something. Now, Joe is a master of the power pack battles, so he's just going to attack with his lowest card whenever possible. There's a 6, there's an 8 on Raw, and there's a 6 on Morgan. Joe's always going to attack with his lowest card. That way there's no boost, and he doesn't suffer mitigation from the shards of the staff. But EFL does complicate things because Morgan has the +2, so he does have to deal with that on the offensive side. So Rob has a huge advantage, even though he is down cards, so. Oh no, it's 4-2-1 to 5-1-1. My mistake. Joe, you going for a 3 bid? Now's your chance, bro. Rob has like 2 cards in his hand and 2 placed. Can use the avoid. The 6 is for the 6. You only give him 1 card. I think you'd win, right? Unless he discarded more than I saw. He's really deliberating. Do I do it? He just bids 2. And I think we'll see Rob concede here. Nope, maybe not. There's a 1. Blocked with a 2 plus 2 is 4. Throws an 8. Blocks with the 8. It's a 5. Shards of the staff blocks. Can't do that. Need the +2 to be part of the defense, and the 5 already blocks the 5. Oh, Joe had less cards than I thought. Makes sense. Now here's the run. Oh, my Atlanta. He's 1 from victory. Can he pull it off? The Lonely Time Traveler against a proper max 8 EFL and Shards of the Staff. No way, right? There's no way. Both fully in power pack. But again, Joe's not going to make any mistakes here. He's like freaking Yoda of the power pack. Like, nobody does it like him. He does not make mistakes, and having that avoid is kind of huge. Like, at any point, he can just pop that. He discarded a bunch of cards. Joe, discard them on screen, please, so we see how many you have. Rob has 2 or 3 discards. Looks like Rob kept a fistful. Joe can even let him die. 1 for the win. How did we get here, guys? How the hell did we get here? What a game. No matter what happens, what a game. And I called it. He is throwing a 1 because that is what you do to mitigate the boost. Blocked with a 1. Joe just needs to win venture by 1 point. He needs to be 1 point ahead. Plays the shards of the staff. I like that. That buys a turn. There's a 2. Block with a 2. Notice how Joe's 1 and 2 are different colors, as they should be. There's a 3. He blocks the 3 with a 7. And then throws a 3 back. Because he can't attack with the 7. Blocks with the 4. Rob down to 2 cards. Joan down. So it's 3 to 3 cards. Nobody's landed a hit. Joe has the avoid, the 6, and something in his hand. Probably an 8. 8. He changes his mind. Play the 8. Deliberating what to do. I mean, you just got to block with the 8 in your hand, right? And then concede, so you can save the 1. Oh, wow, he takes it. He takes it and then concedes. Wow. So now Time Traveler's 5 from death. But Joe's still in a position where he bids 2 for the win. So once again, it swings back the other way. This has got to be like one of the greatest games of all time. I still don't know how we got here. And the venture is, again, within striking distance of both players bidding for the win. Joe bids 2 for the win. Rob bids 4 for the win. It all comes down to this. And they've both saved a 6. Joe can't attack with his 7 or 8. Discard something. Another something. Dupe 8 on Rob's side. Dupe 3. Dupe 5. I think that's a 5. Maybe it's a 6. I think it's a 5. So I think they're even again. Rob bids. Thinking about bidding 2. It's really debating. Do I go for the win? Are they checking the clock or calling a judge? It has to be a 5, not a 6, because if it was a 6, it'd go to his dead pile. I think they might be approaching time here, so Rob's deciding, like, do I have to bid 3 for the win? Doing the math. The fact that Joe's been able to stay in this game against DFL and the shards is just insane. Bids 2 for the win. Rob cannot concede, but he's got all the bonuses. Should be fine. A 2 coming across as a 4 for the kill. Nope, not for the kill. Because he has 15 damage, all energy on him. I think you have to take that. Yeah, you can't spend a 4 to block that. Comes a 1. Blocks with a 5. I'm not sure I like that. Could have taken that, Rob. And then you're up venture and you're equal on cards. I don't think I like that. That's a 4 coming across as a 6. Blocks with a Snevin. A 5. Blocks with a 7. Rob down to 1 card and the 6. Joe down to 1 card, the avoid, and the 6. There's the 6 for the kill. Blocks with the 8. Oh, they're saying GG's. 6 said the... Oh, wait. Wait, 6 at Morgan. No, he has the 8. Oh my god, he avoids it. What? He stuck the handshake out like, GG's, I got it. And then he's like, wait a second. If it's not a 7 in your hand, then I win. The 6 comes across from Time Traveler. He was holding for all those hands. Nails Morgan because she can't block with the 8. Rob has to throw the 8 back. It's avoided by that avoid 1 attack. Placed in hand 1 makes the difference between the game. That was wild. Rob shaking his head like, how did that happen? What the hell? I had all the bonuses. I had all the late game stuff. Joe is the power pack man. I don't know how he does it. That saving that avoid. That was just so clutch. He found his moment. Now, if Rob had drawn a 7 there and not an 8, Rob wins. But because he could have used it for defense, and then he'd be up 2-0 on the venture. But wow, what a game. I cannot wait to see your guys' comments on this one. That was absolutely insane. Time Traveler with the victory from the avoid 1 attack. I do not know how that happened. That was freaking incredible. Yeah, look at Rob's face. He's like, I don't know how that happened either. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry, co-host. Love you, man. That was brutal. That's how this game goes sometimes, you know. That was an amazing game though. It was like clutch all the way through, swingy back and forth, and then a big awesome surprise ending. Like, wow. What a game. We play different out here in Seattle. Time Traveler and weird stuff. All right, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. What a freaking game. Catch you next time. Don't forget to like. Peace.